Hello, everyone. In this class, we will learn the daily maintenance and upkeep of CNC lathes. It involves two aspects. One is the daily maintenance and upkeep of CNC lathes, and the other is the fixed-point regular examination of CNC lathes. Let's see the first one, the daily maintenance and upkeep of CNC lathes. The life and fault rate of CNC lathes depend on not only the quality and capacity, but also the correct use and the maintenance to a large extent. Correct use can prevent the accidental damage and sudden errors, while the daily maintenance will make the equipment keep its good condition, lengthening the life and reducing the error rates. Moreover, maintaining the equipment will make us promptly find out and eliminate the hidden dangers to ensure that the equipment can be in normal operation. The main contents of CNC machine maintenance include the following 9 aspects. 1. Keep the environment clean. 2. Keep the lathe clean. 3. Regularly examine the parts of the lathe. 4. Avoid the operation with errors. 5. Adjust it promptly. 6. Promptly replace the vulnerable parts. 7. Pay attention to the voltage of the grid frequently. 8. Regularly replace the memory backup battery. 9. Enhance the starting rate of the lathe as much as possible. Next, fixed-point regular examination of CNC lathe. Firstly, the points of daily examination. 1. Examination before connecting the power supply. Examine whether the protective door and electrical cabinet door of the lathe are closed. Whether the amount of coolant, hydraulic oil, and lubricating oil are sufficient. Whether the selected hydraulic chuck has the correct clamping direction. Whether the measuring tools and other tools are ready. And whether the chips in the cutting groove have been cleaned thoroughly. 2. Examination after connecting the power supply. Examine whether the indicating light of the operation panel is normal, whether the buttons are in the correct location, and whether there is an alarm displayed on the screen. If any problem occurs, deal with it in time. Examine whether the pressure gauge of the hydraulic device is indicating within the required range. Whether the cooling fans of each control box operate normally. Whether the cutter is correctly clamped onto the tool holder. Whether the rotary knife holder is reliable. Whether the clamped cutter is damaged. And whether the position of the guide sleeve clamp spring is appropriate if equipped on the machine tool. Lastly, the examination after the machine tool is running. Examine whether there is any abnormality at the spindle sliding plate during operation, and whether the noise is abnormal. Second, the points of monthly examination. 1. Examine the operation condition of the spindle. Spindle rotates for 30 minutes at half of the maximum speed. So touch the shell of the machine tool by hand. And if the temperature is moderate, it goes normal. 2. Examine the ball screw of X and Z axis, and clean it if there is any dirt. and if the surface is dry, the lubricating paper should be applied. 3. Examine the travel limit switch of X and Z axis and see whether the emergency stop switches operate normally. We can press the sliding wheel of the travel switch, and if there is an over-travel alarm display, the limit switch functions properly. 4. Examine if the lubrication status of the rotary tool holder is good. 5. Examine the guide sleeve device. 6. Examine and clean the chips in the coolant tank. 7. Examine the hydraulic device. First, check the working status of the pressure gauge by adjusting the pressure of the hydraulic pump. Check if the pointer of the pressure gauge is working properly. Second, check if the hydraulic pipeline is damaged and if there is any looseness or oil leakage in the joints of each pipe. The last aspect, the points of the 6-month examination. 1. Check the spindle. Check the array swing of the spindle hole. Insert the micrometer probe into the inner wall of the chuck sleeve, and then gently rotate the spindle once. The swing of the pointer should be less than the allowable value on the precision inspection table at the factory. Check the tension and wear of the spindle drive belt. Check the tension and wear of the synchronous belt used for the coding disc. 2. Check the cutter holder. Paying attention to the continuity of the repositioning action when changing the tool. And it is better to have no impact force when clamping and releasing the tool holder. 3. Check the guide sleeve device. Pull the guide sleeve axially by hand and check if the gap is too large. 4. Check the operation status of the float switch of the lubrication pump device. We can extract the lubricating oil with a lubrication pump device to see whether there is an alarm indication to determine the quality of the float switch when the float falls below the warning line. 5. Check the cables of each plug socket. Check if the contacts of each relay are in good contact and if each printed circuit board is clean. Check the insulation resistance of each motor in the main power transformer. 6. Check the voltage value of the backup battery used to save machine parameters and work programs after power failure. Replace as appropriate. Okay, let's review what we have learned in the class. In the class, we have learned the daily maintenance and upkeep of CNC machine tools. It involves two major aspects. One is the daily maintenance and upkeep of CNC lathes, and the other is the fixed-point regular examination of CNC lathes. Either involves detailed contents. What belongs to the daily examination we should pay attention to? The monthly examination and the semi-yearly examination. Please maintain our lathes in the daily use so that it can serve better and longer. Well, this is the end of the class. And welcome to focus on our microclass of CNC machine tool technologies and programming. Thank you for listening.